My name is Mark Gallagher, and I live in Cottage Grove. And during my youth, I was a good student, and I was very active in sports. I played football, baseball, hockey, and golf before graduating from high school in 1969. My next educational stop was the University of Minnesota, where I played hockey in the freshman team, coached by Herb Brooks, and was a student in pre-business curriculum. In September of 1971, while a third quarter sophomore in college, I lost my tourist deferment because I wanted a college degree before I went to the Vietnam War, and I joined the National Guard. While at my first annual training, I was riding in a Jeep that stood up, coming back from guard duty 10 o'clock at night, and we stood up. It was raining really heavy, and we stood up the trail into a tree, and I got thrown into the tree head first. And I suffered a traumatic brain injury on my 21st birthday that night, and I was at the Minnesota VA hospital for a total of 4 months, including the first month in a coma. I spent many months, and the rest of the 4 months of my stay, I spent doing many hours of physical, occupational, and speech therapy. A hospital rehabilitation paper said, white male, not expected to make significant recovery. Since I woke up from the coma in August of 1972, I've spent many hours trying to get myself back to where I was before I got hurt. Because of my accident, I lost many things that I took for granted, such as the intelligence I was blessed with at birth, my memory, my coordination, and even today I struggle with my memory, staying on topic, and slowing my speech down. I got a job with the Lux Corporation in 1974, and in the 23 years I was employed there, I took 48 classes in 23 years to rebuild my life on their dime. The classes were taken at St. Paul Tech College, 916 Vocational, which is now Century College, and a few computer courses at Inver Hills to rebuild my life and education level so I could go back to a 4-year college and get my degree, because that was my dream. In 2010, I graduated from Metro State University with a professional writing degree. It was very challenging and tough. Nothing was ever easy, but I persevered because that was my dream. I now write and edit for two community newspapers, the Dayton Bluff Forum and the South St. Paul Voice, on a kind of sporadic basis, but the Forum on pretty much of a monthly basis. And I'm writing a memoir on my recovery. And I have a small writing editing business I try to maintain. On Mondays, I volunteer at the Minneapolis VA Hospital for 4 hours, and through the Minnesota Brain Injury Alliance, I am a speaker. I have been a mentor for the brain injury community 3 times in my first couple years at the Brain Injury Alliance, and then for the past 7 years, I've been an advocate for the brain injury community at the state capitol when the legislature is in session. Problem. Well, I'm here today to talk about medical assistance reform for people with disabilities. I am concerned that the current MA policy forces people with disabilities deep into poverty to get MA and waiver support services that they need to live independently. It took me a long time to find my voice again, and now that I have it, I want to use it to help my friends with brain injury and other disabilities to live as normal a life as possible. I know many people with disabilities depend on MA to live as independently as they can because everybody wants to live without help. All people will want to live independent lives. It doesn't seem right that people with disabilities need to go into deep poverty to access these medical services. I'm asking that you support MA reform this session to help my friends and others live with dignity. I know we have a budget surplus. Please use a portion of it to help with this issue. I've been truly blessed to have made the successful recovery from my brain injury, and please help those less fortunate than myself to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gallagher. Appreciate your time.